The air in the old house was thick with the scent of dust and secrets. Sunlight struggled through grimy windows, casting long, skeletal shadows across the worn floorboards. I, Elias, an artist perpetually on the brink of obscurity, had inherited this place, my grandmother's Victorian mansion, a relic from a past I barely remembered. It was supposed to be a fresh start, an infusion of inspiration after years of churning out forgettable landscapes. The house, filled with the weight of her life, thrummed with a strange energy, a primal hum that seemed to seep into my bones. The first night, a whisper, a faint brush of cold against my cheek. I dismissed it as an old house sighing. Then the objects started moving. A porcelain doll in her vacant-eyed stare, perched upon a shelf, vanished only to reappear several feet away. A shiver crawled up my spine, prickling with unease. But those were mere discomforts. The real transgression was the hidden room. Behind a crumbling tapestry in the attic, I found it. A cramped, dimly lit space crammed with strange artifacts. Bone carvings, dried herbs, a circle drawn in blood upon the floor, and a journal filled with jagged script detailing rituals to summon an inner muse, promising boundless creativity. I scoffed, a sardonic laugh escaping my lips. Granny, a woman renowned for her eccentricities, just needed to be a drama queen, but the journal stayed with me, its words burning into my brain, an insidious suggestion echoing within the vast chambers of my mind. I started to feel different. Ideas, previously fleeting shadows, surged into reality, vivid and terrifying. My art, infused with a newfound energy, took on a grotesque beauty, disturbing yet undeniably captivating. But the whispers in the night grew louder, insistent, their meaning becoming clearer. One night, the cold felt like a living presence, a weight crushing my chest. The journal lay open, fallen onto the floor. Its words, once a source of scorn, now pulsed with a terrifying urgency. "Awaken," it seemed to command, "and become the artist you were destined to be." Fueled by a desperate ambition, I gathered the necessary components, the bones, the herbs, the vial of blood, a necessary sacrifice, the journal claimed. I traced the circle, a growing unease warring with the feverish excitement in my veins. I chanted the words, a litany of power that felt both alien and strangely familiar. And the room seemed to warp, the air crackling with electric energy. A voice, cold and ancient, whispered inside my head, "Welcome, child, your art will be legendary." And then it consumed me. Not with pain, but with a searing, ecstatic understanding. My own brushstroke became a conduit for its will. "Look," I cried out, my voice raspy, unfamiliar as I finished the canvas. "It's perfect." Bound hands and feet, I stood before my masterpiece. It was nightmarish, horrifically beautiful, a swirling vortex of darkness and twisted forms. But it shimmered, pulsated with a terrifying life of its own. Gasps! I heard them behind me, echoing in the empty room. But I couldn't turn. The entity had become a part of me, my eyes and hands, an unwilling puppet master. "Your turn is next," I whispered, the voice no longer mine, as the newcomer stepped into the light. My final cry was lost in the strokes of the final brush, forever echoing in the darkness behind the eyes of my art.